Alright, what's up you guys? Welcome on this beloved Friday night SHARKNEWZ live stream. How is everybody doing tonight? Boy oh boy, do we have a lot of things to go over. There was a lot of new things to talk about. So in tonight's live stream, what we're going to do here is that we are actually going to go in reverse order, because usually I start off with the name only reveals and then make our way to the digital renders and whatever. However, a surprising turn of events is that some of the figures that were already digital render form, or that was announced roughly, has already been on display. So therefore we're going to check out the figures on display first, and then if there's any figures that I haven't seen yet, and then we'll go back and then we'll take a look at the actual digital renders and then the name onlys. So hopefully that will be fun. So how is everybody doing tonight? Hope your Friday's doing well. Shout out to everybody who's going to be watching tonight, or all the people that's going to be watching later. Thank you so much. It's going to be hopefully it's not going to be a too long stream, but it might be a pretty long one because there's a lot to go over. But we have Couchboy, 49er Brian, Mike Gold, Jason Atreides, Troy T, Antonio V, Montano. Of course, we have the one and only, and I already said Couchboy, but there's a lot of Couchboy going on here in the chat. Chris Yule, welcome. Russell Terrell says he'll be here in 25 minutes. That's good stuff. No worries. We have, who else? Robert Wantlin. How's it going, brother? It's good to see you. We have Wilfredo Diaz. How's it going, brother? Good to have you here. Elvin Martinez Jr. What's up? Also, shout out to everybody who's using the shark emojis. Derek Holloman, Vil the Great, Antonio, and Robert. All you guys with the shark emojis, very cool. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate that. That looks freaking badass. We got the shark army all ready to go. Let's see here. We have Liquid Identity. Welcome to the chat. How's it going? I think this is Liquid Identity. I know I'm aware of you, Liquid Identity, but I think this is your first time in the chat, which I think is pretty cool, because a lot of times I kind of feel like this is a radio talk show where, yeah, you know, people are just like long time listener, first time caller, and I'm like, welcome, you're on the air. So kind of gives me like a radio vibes, which is pretty cool. Bill Lionaire, how's it going with a bunch of yo's? Yo for Yo Joe. Robert says Shark keeps it loose and fun. Yeah, I do want to make a slight disclaimer. If the thing that I find really fun for me is that I don't expect anyone to agree with me in the chat, or anyone to agree with my thoughts on what I want in figures. The point is that when you guys disagree, that's what makes it fun, because I would love to see your opinion, or at least read it. I would love to understand your point and figure out what it is that you like about a figure that I don't. Because if we all agreed on everything, the stream would not be fun. So the disagreements actually make the streams a lot more fun for me personally, so that's what makes it exciting. Pixel Forge, what's up? How's it going? He says, I'm pumped for the line again in these next few reveals. Yes, I think for the first time, I think I mentioned this before, but with all the extra new reveals that we've gotten today, this is probably the first time in a very long time that I'm actually very surprised and happy and excited for most of the figures that are coming out soon. Usually I have like my nitpicks of like, you know, oh, I like 2 out of 5 or 3 out of 6 or whatever, but this time we're kind of hitting like 5 out of 6 figures, or like 6 out of 7, so very pleased with that. Tag Worm, welcome, thank you so much for joining. Shout out to Rachel Salinas, the all GI Joe knowledge personnel. Shout out to Rachel, she's always backing me up on my errors. Very cool. Crap, where did I go? We have Jacob, I don't know if I'm reading this right, Benenson. Welcome to the chat. Bjorn, I hope I read that right, or I'm probably misreading it, but sorry, I apologize. But thank you so much for joining in the chat. I believe this is definitely your first time here, so it's good to have you. Marnus, how's it going? Oh, nice. 49er Brian with the $5 channel donation. Thank you so much, man. And says, appreciate you and all your links. You are absolutely welcome, my brother. You get the shark heart. Thank you, man. I really do appreciate that. Very kind, very generous of you with those $5. Although that's a big hefty $5, but you didn't have to do that at all. But thank you so much, man. The thing is, when you guys get your figures, it makes me happy and it makes me enjoy what I do. Like, I can always make videos and talk about, you know, new reveals and stuff, but the also core essence of me being here is also providing the links for you guys, and that's what I enjoy. Like, when I see collectors helping collectors out, like, that's what makes it fun and exciting. Otherwise, you know, what's the point of stressing out getting figures? So if there's a, you know, a place we can all get figures, that would be cool. But thank you so much, 49er. And shout out to 49er. He's been such a loyal subscriber since the beginning. So huge shout out to you, bro. Thank you so much for always being here. Benny275 says, yo, 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 we doing a good out here in SDCC, Shark. Are you actually there, Benny? It looks like it's a pretty decent one this time of year. Nerd Alert, how's it going? Thank you so much for joining. We have Flaming Crow, the Toy Odyssey. Man, we have a lot of OG subscribers here. A lot of very classic names here on the channel. Aside from maybe like a few people, everyone else I'm very familiar with. So thank you guys for all being here and part of the Shark Army family, or whatever the hell you want to call it. Macom, welcome to the chat with the shark emojis. That's so cool. There's like freaking 25 of them. That's so cool. Silent Partner PA, welcome to the chat. I believe this is definitely your first time here. So it says original 13. Yes, we will definitely talk about that. Chris Campbell says, hi, yo Joe. Yo Joe, right back at you, brother. It's good to see you, Chris. Mr. Madguess, how's it going? Another original on the channel. Who else do we have here? Did I say Benedict already? I think I already did. I'm losing track now. Troy T, how's it going? It's good to have you. Cobranomics, still love that name. Pretty cool. What's up? He's got the eye emoji. We're gonna start in about a few minutes, just waiting for a little more people to join in the chat or the stream, and then we'll get rallied up. Vil the Great says Rachel is the G.I. Joe Wikipedia. Hell yeah. Timothy James, how's it going? It's good to see you. Hopefully I didn't miss this person. Taito Manashir, how's it going? Sorry, I know you said that no worries, but huge shout out to Taito for being in the chat. Forgot to give you a shout out yesterday. Vil says my claw got delivered. Yeah, I feel like, or I've seen people get their claws today, which is really good. Some got their snake armor, which is also good. Then we have, who else? 19 Jace says, what's up, Shark? Busy at work all day, looking forward to the info. Welcome, 19 Jace. Believe this is your first time here in the chat, so it's good to see you. Hopefully the stream will be some therapy for you during your busy day at work, or having a busy day. All right. Yeah, I'm giving it 2 more minutes and then we'll start. Mr. Madguess says, I disagree with seeing all of these wonderful new figures and flipping a coin whether if us collectors are going to be able to actually buy them. So, based on what I know, if you guys were actually there at Comic-Con, I believe Crankcase with Striker was available for purchase. The Slice and Dice 2-pack was available for purchase, and I think it was those two. Maybe there's one more, I don't remember. But yeah, there was like a giant board or like a sheet or something that tells you that you are allowed to purchase those figures. I honestly don't even know when the actual release date is for Crankcase and Striker and the Slice and Dice 2-pack, but a lot of people were snagging up those already there who were already at Comic-Con. So I guess that's such a really good perk for people who actually go there, you know, traveling all the way to San Diego, and they're able to get their Crankcase and Striker with their Slice and Dice figure. And I'm pretty sure there was one more, I don't remember at the moment, but I was just like, I was sitting there and I just saw like a bunch of you know, people posting photos. Like I got Slice and Dice, I got Crankcase, and I'm just sitting here, I'm like, what? Yes, Cold Slither. Thank you, Robert. Yeah. Well, Cold Slither was already mandatory in terms of the you know, the official Comic-Con exclusive, but I was not aware that you were able to get the other 2 sets, which I found very, very surprising. Benny says Crankcase was there, sold out by this afternoon. Slice and Dice is definitely there with Cold Sliver. So Slice and Dice hasn't been sold out yet, I guess. Maybe there's no love for ninjas. 19 Jaye says long time and first time. Nice. Good to have you there, brother. Nice, nice, nice. Hopefully the stream will be fun for you. December 1st. Damn. So hold on. Robert says December 1st is the Ostriker release date, but people are already getting it in July if you're at Comic-Con. Wow. That's impressive, man. That's really impressive. So you're literally like 6 months in advance of getting a figure. That's insane. Early figures sometimes have hula hips and wobbly legs. The glitches are fixed on the main runs at times. That could be true, says Couchboy. Yeah, I agree with that. Welcome, Russell Terrell. I did read your comment from before. You said you needed like a few minutes or like 25 minutes, but now that Russell Terrell is here, let's start the actual stream. All right, here we go, guys. Again, I have no clue what photos are on here. All I'm aware of is that new Joes were added to the display. So that's why I said, for those that are just joining right now, we're going to go in reverse order. We're going to take a look at the figures on display for today of day 2 of San Diego Comic-Con, and then we'll talk about probably the digital renders that were not revealed in the display, and then the name onlys, and then we'll talk about that. So yeah, here we go. We have the G.I. Joe board, which looks pretty cool. Always classy to see the logo there. All right, so we have a collapsed scuba diver, the mass device scuba diver. Dude's wrecked. That's kind of how I feel like every morning. But we have 3 Pythonas on display, because yesterday Pythona was only... Malcolm says, what is that Striker? The Striker is the Ostriker with Crankcase, that green looking vehicle. I don't know how else you want to describe it. So we have 3 versions of, not 3 versions, but like 3 displayed versions of Pythona, because yesterday Pythona was revealed during the Hasbro breakfast, and now we get to see her actually on display. So we have one with the open mouth, one with the regular face, and one in package. So here's the thing. So thanks to Paternia.Paternia.com, who actually shared this information. He stated that Pythona will be available in the fall. So I was assuming it was going to be Hasbro's 10/27 event, because, you know, she looks like a Halloween character, so why not, like, you know, in October? But apparently it's around the time of New York Comic-Con and London's Comic-Con, the MCM London, whatever the hell that's called. And so apparently to get Pythona, that's where you're able to actually pick her up, like, in person. And then apparently, based on his post, he says that in order to for those of us that are not attending either of those 2 events, he said that limited stock of Pythona will be put on the Pulse website. So we already know what the definition of limited stock is, which basically means less than 5. So thankfully, you know, the thing is, I don't even know like how popular New York Comic-Con is, because I know San Diego is usually the, you know, the WrestleMania of toy news, or like toy, you know, the holy grails for toy news. And usually New York Comic-Con usually has like all the leftovers, but sometimes they give us like maybe 1 or 2 new things, but nothing really too new. So I guess for those that are in San Diego or like in California, coming all the way down to New York to get your Pythona would be quite a ride, but hey, it is what it is. So this actually this does make sense, because I know some people were probably confused as to why Pythona is an exclusive. Just to briefly go over, Pythona makes sense to be an exclusive simply because if Nemesis Immortal or Enforcer is an exclusive figure to Hasbro Pulse website, and then the Once a Man Cobra Commander was also an exclusive, it only makes sense that Pythona is or anything Cobra La is an exclusive simply because they were only introduced to us in the 1987 movie, and then we've never seen them after that. So, and on top of that, Cobra La only has 4 characters minus the Cobra Commander, but Nemesis Immortal Enforcer, Pythona, Globulus, and the Royal Guard. So other than those 4, it wouldn't make sense to make them like mainline releases in that sense. So making them like exclusives would be more logical. And plus, like, I think, who said that? Lawrence Witzel says she'll be priced around $40. So I think $40 isn't too bad for at least an exclusive wise, just because I was actually expecting it to be like 50 or 55 or something, but I think 40 is, at least for Pythona, I think 40 is pretty reasonable, especially being like a convention exclusive or whatever. So I think that's kind of fair. So I have no issues with that. 19J says eBay exclusive. Definitely, you know that's going to happen. All right, let's move on. So we've already talked about Pythona yesterday, so I don't want to dive too deep into it, other than we see more product shots of her, like better lighting, I suppose. So we see there's more like details on the fabric and like the cape and stuff, and the torso piece has like really cool black, roughly like grayish black shading within the crevices of all that little scales and stuff. So that's really good. So yeah, and of course the face paint, the deco looks fantastic. She's got the green acid on her teeth, all that good stuff. So no complaints there. I already shared my excitement or happiness for this figure. So that's good. Let's see what else. So yeah, more details, very nice. And also shout out to His Tank for providing these images. Pretty good, pretty good. You can see more of the ripped edges there by the cape or the hood piece as well. More texturing and stuff, very nice. So I think personally, she, alongside some other figures we're going to get to know later on, definitely is like the highlight for me, because again, the pink really does stand out a lot, and she's going to look really nice next to Nemesis Immortal or Enforcer, whatever it is. So all right, so more details of the crustaceans or insects, whatever the hell you want to call it, crabs, spiders. You got the electric eels that she used on the fence. Nice detail for like a 1 second or like 5 second scene in the animated movie. I'm at least happy they gave us this, because it does play a pivotal role within her infiltration into the Cobra Terradrome, so that's cool. Here's a really cool looking shot. Love the blue background, makes the figure pop out a lot more. And who said this in the chat? It was Liquid Identity. Yes, the soft goods cloak is top notch. I agree. Very subtle detailing, stitching looks very nice. And yeah, I kind of hope that they kind of added the hood so we can see what she looks like with the hood on, but they didn't really do that. But it's okay. All right, so more Pythona, and I will say I love those eyes. I love the paint on the eyes. It looks very, very nice. It has like a mesh of gradients of green, orange, and yellow. Very, very nice. So I think this is definitely one of the best head sculpts or even figures that I've seen in a very long time, at least female wise. They haven't done too well in the female department, but Pythona freaking is awesome. I think Pythona will definitely rank in my top 15 best classified figures for sure. And then we got that little goop on her hand, whatever that is. We got some translucent weapon, her frisbee. Alright, we got more accessories there. More of those crustacean stuff. Nerd Alert says, I asked before, does she have a hood? Yes, she does come with a hood. I've seen photos of people posing her with the hood on during the Hasbro breakfast, so she looks really badass with the hood on, so I'll tell you that. It's a very nice looking figure, that's for sure, with the hood on. Let's see here. I don't know why. It always seems like, to me, it looked like she had toe articulation, but that's just how they sculpted like the areas around the toes. So that's a really good detail. I like that. What up, Scott Slater? Welcome to the chat. Says, what is up, y'all? 80s kid, Joe Fanatic, Classified Noob, digging the stream. Thank you so much, Scott Slater. I really do appreciate it. Shout out to you as well. Thank you so much for joining on tonight's stream. It's good to have you here. And shout out to all the new people here on the stream tonight, those that are watching and those that are in the chat right now. Alright, here we go. Spring 2025 fall convention exclusive. So, I mean, fall, yeah. I mean, according, like I said, Paternia said around New York Comic-Con and Manchester Comic-Con. So we're looking at maybe, because I think PulseCon is what, September? So September, October, no, so like maybe August? Is it August? I don't even remember. No, I don't know, whatever. We'll figure it out soon. More Pythona images, dope. So it looks like we got a lot of Pythona. So you can even see a lot of the detail there on the black portions of the cloak or cape, whatever you want to call it. Looks really nice. It has like that hexagon patterns. Very good. Nerd Alert says, great design, hopefully she can stand. Rachel says, that hand with the green slime looks like Pythona's got one serious sinus infection. Ooh, or a lot of the Joes just have blood. I mean, they just have germs. Or maybe she got freaky with Nemesis Immortal, who knows. But it is nice though, it's a nice sculpt. Very cool. Alright, so more Pythona, nothing we haven't already seen. We already talked about all these yesterday. They've got Lenny and Tony. Let's not spoil anything. We got a box of goodies that says Fragile. Very nice. More Fragile. Oh shit. Ladies and gentlemen, our debut of Wetsuit. Alright, hopefully we get better photos, but this is our first look at Wetsuit, at least quote unquote in person. And yeah, already 10 out of a 10 figure. Wetsuit is so damn iconic. Love the design, love the colors. I just love everything about it. It's very iconic, it's nostalgic, classic, can't go wrong with Wetsuit. Definitely a great one to have for sure. Love the love the orange yellowish colors. Although I've seen some people say that he should have came with a little additional more accessories or stuff, but I really don't mind it. It's honestly like 99.9% like accurate to the original figure. There's literally like nothing drastic from this figure to make you like want to say that it could have been better. Like it's literally like a fantastic looking figure. There's nothing about it that's like, oh, it could have improved or something. I mean, people can, you know, say they want more accessories, but design wise it looks good. Hold on, let me just see. All right, so we're only at 33 likes for tonight's stream. Let's see if we can get to 60 likes. If we can hit 60 likes on tonight's stream, that would be dope, because we have about a little less than 80 people watching. So let's go ahead and get some let's get up to 60 likes for tonight. He is so much like the O-ring, says Nerd Alert. Vil the Great says, getting several pre-orders on the 29th. This wave is official. Yes, sir. Jay Smith, welcome to the chat. Hello, Shark. Hope everyone is good. I'm doing well, man. Thank you for joining tonight. Marnu says, I have plenty of extra guns from Valiverse weapons. Try to give a gun for display anyways. That's, yeah. Alright, so let's see if there's any more better photos of Wetsuit here. Again, I have not seen any of these photos, so I have no clue what's coming up. So everything you see here is literally just raw reactions. So we have more posing of Wetsuit. Gotta get the hands out of the way. Ah, there we go. It's a little blurry, but comes with a little gun, the flashlight, the backpack, and the helmet. Man. Like, literally, if you just look at this figure, it's like 100% accurate to the original version, and it just looks fantastic. Like it's great. Why would you not want to get this figure? Like, I love it. I love that green tealish color. Very nice. This figure almost puts Torpedo to shame. I know Torpedo is more basic with the grays and blacks, but but what was I saying? But yeah, I mean, even just by looking at this angle itself, it looks really good. Liquid Identity says, might have to cut the middle fin short, obviously, for Hydro Viper. Ooh, Hydro Viper, yeah. I mean, yeah, that looks... I think you're on the ball with that one, Liquid Identity, because Hydro Viper definitely has the same fin, for sure. I just got out my Rattlers, and I got 3 Cobra Claws as Tagworm, nice. And also, for those that are wondering, this is also going to... whatchamacallit? This one is going up for pre-order on this Tuesday. I think is this Tuesday, July 29th. Torpedo said, oh, sorry. Vil the Great says Torpedo is fire. No, Torpedo is a nice figure. I just mean, I don't know. Never mind. Joe Barrett, welcome to the chat, says hello, hell of a great day. Hell yeah. It's a fantastic Friday. It's hot as hell, but fantastic. Let's see if we got any more photos. We still got Budo there. But yeah, I can see what you mean by the fin wanting to cut it down a bit shorter, but I think it's definitely it's a foreshadow that we could see Hydro Viper coming at some point. So we're good. Couchboy says the 29th at 1 p.m. Eastern. There you go. Thank you so much. Lawrence Witzel says more Joes for the Fortnite boat. Nice. Okay, let's get some more photos there. Man, there needs to be some better angles here. Give us like a top-down view. I mean, like, not sorry, like a more straight-up view. Alright, we still got Heavy Duty and Budo there in the back, but again, Wetsuit looking great. Love the colors. Nothing too new here. Maybe there's an up-close shot, okay, but still a little bit blurry. That's fine. But we pretty much get the idea, right? We know this is a knockout figure. More blurriness. This one's fine. I mean, so it still has like those gray belts. I kind of wish that there was a little more shading or detail or something on those grays. It looks a little bit unappealing. But again, like I said, still 10 out of a 10 figure. Just a little minor criticism, but it's fine. And I just noticed Budo has G.I. Joe written on the left side of his shoulder pad, which is pretty cool. It's in blue. I don't know if it's in Japanese. I think the GI is in English, but the other parts doesn't look like... I don't know. That's cool though. Shit! We got sci-fi on display. Yo! Let's go, let's go, let's go. Whoa. We got sci-fi. Holy shit. Now we're talking. Ladies and gentlemen, bingo. This is a hands down instant pre-order. I am not debating on this one. Holy crap, this figure looks fan-frickin-tastic. Wow. Hold on, hopefully we get some better photos of this. Look at the silvers, man. That's what I'm talking about. Those nice looking silvers, man. There we go. It's not like gray, it's like literally nice silver. Thank you, G.I. Joe team. Because if it was like muted grays, I would have been pissed. But damn, this is probably like an 11 out of 10. Holy shit. This is great. Ah, beautiful. The greens look nice. The blacks are good. The detail. The helmet. Oh, spot on. Dear Lord, I gotta wipe the drool off my mouth. Nerd Alert says, but can he hold the laser? The can't pose for shit. I mean, to be quite honest, I can't pose my figures either. I'm more of a vanilla poser anyway, so... but this is still better than what I can do. But holy shit. This looks so badass. Liquid Identity says, the full face visor looks great. Sci-fi is so kick-ass, as Joe Barrett. Pixel 4 says, damn, he looks good. Marnu says, gun looks curved a little. Yeah, actually I do see a little bit curviness. Maybe it's just production prototype. Robert says sci-fi looks good. Lawrence has got 3 boats turning 1 moccasin. Timothy James says he looks great for real, for real. Look at the helmet, says Nerd Alert. Liquid Identity says sci-fi in hand blew me away. Suited up, he looks stellar. Yes, stellar is a great word for it. Alright, wow. This is even better than talking about the digital render. Look at that. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wow, wow, wow. Oh my god, I can't praise this enough. Thank the fig gods for this. Finally, the G.I. Joe team, like, stepped up their game with this figure. Alright. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. Silent Partner says this almost makes up for the lame Yojo June. Yes, I agree. I don't know about almost. This definitely makes up for it. Yojo June was complete ass. This is... Wow. This is... Alright. It does make up for it, hands down. Oof. Hoofa. Look at that. Liquid says Classified tends to tone down the colors, so maybe. Yeah, so that was actually one of my biggest concerns and biggest fears for sci-fi, was that I was hoping that they would not give him the tripwire treatment of that dull muted grays. I'm actually so happy that this is at least as limeish green that we can get. Robert says, now we can need a perfect mainframe to make Shark's evening. I don't know, man, because mainframe was like, I don't know if mainframe's in here, but like mainframe was like but I'm very, very nervous for Night Viper. I'll tell you that. Night Viper is hands down, like, I'm waiting for that shit. I'm so scared for Night Viper. You have no idea. That is like my #1 favorite Cobra. Well, no, I think Copperhead is. Okay, they go hand in hand, so whatever. But either way, Night Viper scaring the shit out of me right now. Let's move on. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful figure. Very good. We got the little blast effects there. Ooh, we have sci-fi without the little visor piece. Very cool. Now, this only makes me wonder how the original G.I. Joe Operation Blackout video game sci-fi would have been. Only one could have wishful thinking of that also being released, but looks like obviously we're never gonna get it. It looks like he's got like some silver pins there by his knee pads. I almost thought that it was a reuse of Cobra Commander, the armored one, but I think it's a different piece. I think sci-fi is like completely all new. I'm not sure if there's any reuse parts here. I actually thought it was Cobra Commander's leg shin guards, but I think it's different. I could be wrong. Maybe you guys can correct me below, but also, we're only at 54 likes. Stream goal for 60. Come on, guys, we can hit that 60. Let's go, let's go. Chop, chop. But yeah, we're only at 54 right now, so if we can get 60, that'd be dope. Antonio says sci-fi is looking tough. I agree. Malcolm says I think Hasbro made it with this wave still wanting police officer. Very true. Bill the Great says I think we're getting these in December. Oof. His shin boots are gung-ho first to drop. So like that, the first version of gung-ho. I see what you're saying. I think it's a little bit different than that. I'm not sure. It's been so long since I've seen that figure. Alright, we got more the same blast effect added. Jeez, this figure just looks so great. Nice facial expression. Oh, he's got like hazel eyes. Well, that's pretty. He looks like he kind of has like a little shadow, like a mustache shadow. That's good. I think this is a really nice face sculpt. I like this one. Troy T says I can only like one. Sorry, Shark. No, all good, man. This is only for those who join in the chat later and haven't liked the video yet. For those that already liked it, I'm glad. Thank you so much. Yeah, because you can only like it once. Very nice. Like the eyebrows. Very cool. Nerd Alert says looks like it's all new chest plate. Antonio says not even close to gung-ho. 19J says the blast effect was drooping in the digital render. Tagworm says I do love the blast effect. Lauren says great wishes are coming in your future. Hopefully, man. Mawcom says I use... Oh, that was Couch Boy. Okay. Damn, look at that. Yeah, this is an instant pre-order, man. Instant pre-order. Very, very nice. Very nice. Another 10 out of 10 figure. Very good. Alright, so it looks like they only added Sci-Fi and Wetsuit for now, but let's keep going and see what else we have. More displaying, more Wetsuit nonsense. Removing helmets off Wetsuit, blurry photography, Wetsuit without the helmet. What do you guys think of his facial expression? I mean, like I said before, I thought that he had an afro in the cartoon, but when I looked back at it, it was more like wavy, not curly, but just like wavy hair. This one is not like as afro-y as I probably would have wanted it, but it's fine. It's good. Troy was joking. Tidal Manishare says the blast effect is super similar to the effect piece we'll get in the Lightning collection. Oh, we got in the Lightning collection. Maybe they could be reusing Lightning collection parts for that. Liquid Identity says Anakin Skywalker. Yeah, that does look like him. Wetsuit is the best as Couch Boy. Vil the Great says his face is legit. Yeah, I like it. It's a nice face. He looks fantastic, says Robert. I agree. Hold on. Just give me 1 second, guys. Alright, sorry about that. Roland Mac, what's up? How's it going? Nerd Alert says it does look like Lightning collection. Alright, let's keep going, see what else we got. Oh, here we go. A little better facial more. I do like the sculpting of the hair. That's a good one. Nice. He does have the sculpted on curls, which is good. So that's good. Otherwise, the logo, the little fish or shark logo we see there on the torso, very accurate, 100% similar color scheme. Again, I already said all that. Looks great. Facial expression is fine. Kind of looks like he has a little bit bags under his eyes, but it's all good. Nice detail. Nice detail. Same photo. All right, so we got the backpack going on the figure. What the hell is that? What is Rick Moranis doing there? Alright. So Rick Moranis is staying cozy by the fire. That's actually pretty funny. I mean, side note, now that we see a Ghostbusters figure, it's actually pretty cool. There's like the 6-inch Ghostbusters figures, so that's actually really, really cool. But let's move on. But if he moves any closer, he's gonna burn his hair off or that glove, so hopefully he's gotta get out of the way. Okay, give me 1 sec. Crap. Alright, we got Quick Kick again. Walmart exclusive. Oh, it's Mainframe. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay, posing Mainframe. Why did the render look like he had darker gray pants and then the figure here looks like it's all one color gray? Is that just the lighting? Or like what's going on here? Pants aren't dark after all, says Marnoose. Nerd Alert says Mainframe looks like a home run. Yeah. Why am I so shocked by this? The render looked like blah, but just this one little pose they did of him actually looks good. Yeah, no, but if you look at the digital render though, they went based off of like the comic or cartoon where he had the gray the gray torso but the darker gray pants, and that's what the digital render had. But this figure, I don't know if it's just the lighting, but it looks like they used the same all grays in unison. So did they go back to the O-ring version of having Mainframe look more like the O-ring accurate compared to the actual cartoon or comic version? I mean, I do agree with Vil saying the renders don't do the figures justice. You're 100% correct. However, it looked a lot more blander than I expected, because again, let's keep moving on with the photos, but just this one little pose here, like that looks really good. It's almost making me want to retract all my negative feedback. But Liquid Identity says when they do knee pads like that, the discs look ugly. That's true, because you have the black knee pads, but then the joints are also black, which also breaks up the grays, which doesn't look too appealing. So it looks like people got to do some coloring there. Holy crap, I think they may have changed it from the actual from the digital render. I'm very surprised, I'm very shocked, and I'm very confused. Cause if this is exactly how it's gonna look, then damn, I wish they didn't pose him with his knees down. I hope they should have been standing or something. I mean, head sculpt looks good. The helmet looks like it has a matte black finish. That's pretty cool. I love... See, hold on. I think the G.I. Joe team is finally... I think the G.I. Joe team is finally improving on the colors of grays and silvers, because I know some figures still do have, you know, like that like the muted grays or the unappealing grays, or like the grays that look like it's still a prototype. But then Mainframe's the strap or like the gadgets that he has even on his wrists, like it's all actual silver. So I think they're finally starting to improve on the silvers of the figures, knowing that the figures look 10 times better when you add more color rather than just doing those disgusting muted grays, which I've always hated on classified figures. But the silvers really do make, like, it makes a huge difference, even like on a shelf as well. So wow, yeah. I'm very impressed. Wow, yeah. Very nice. I mean, I really love that helmet, and like, just wow. Oh man. Yeah, this was not what I was expecting at all. All right, let's catch up with the chat. Stigma NYC says, not a fan of the 3-seat All-Striker, was hoping for an engine. But shout out to Stigma for joining in the chat. Jacob Benonson says, pants is a little darker. Elvin says, I always had faith in Mainframe. I'm excited for this, my favorite Joe. Yeah, Mainframe has always been in my top like 3 or 2 favorites. That's why I wasn't too pleased with like the darker pants, even though that's accurate to the cartoon and comic. But yeah, I mean, this figure, I think they may have switched it up. Couchboy says they do changes all the time in production. Yeah, but sometimes they do stay faithful to what they want to release. So again, this was an uncalled for change that I wasn't sure. But Elvin with the jokes, he says Zarana approves. Zarana definitely does approve. Hell yeah. Let's keep going. Damn, I wish that they kind of stood him up a little bit more. Oh, we have the alternate head sculpt there with the hat. Looks like a certain YouTuber. Like, number 69, your order is ready. Marnu says, looks like he has better butterflies than some Spider-Mans do. Yeah, you're right. I did notice that he does, looks like he has those butterfly joints. It looks like they're improving on that too, so that's very cool. Ooh, blurry shot. Jay Gustafson, welcome to the chat, says, think we'll ever get a hooded Cobra Commander? Ooh, tricky territories, I'm not sure. But yeah, I mean, overall, this looks really nice, even though it's a blurry shot, but very nice. Wow, that looks just like that YouTuber. Holy crap. I think, yeah, I think that's him. That's very much him. That looks, I mean, I think that's him. It sucks that they used him as my favorite character for Mainframe, but wow. Bravo to him. Canadians are going to be ecstatic to see this. Antonio says, why aren't his gloves black? I think they are black. Craig N, welcome to the chat with the shark emoji, says, good evening, Shark. A little late to the party, but glad to be here. I think we saw some strong reveals today. I 100% agree. I'm with you on this. Oh god, I gotta get out of here. This looks just like him. Let's get out of here. Ooh. Oh, Grim Viper. Okay. So... The greens are a lot brighter than I expected. I thought it was going to be darker green with brown. I was not expecting it to be a lighter green. Okay. I don't know how I feel about this now. It's still cool. I just was not expecting it to be lighter green. But it's good. Vil the Great says, Grim Viper is getting purchased. Grim Viper looking good. You kit bash mother trucker, says Chris Yule. But yeah, I do love the eyes, the gradients of the yellows and oranges. That's really good. The what do you call it? The vest looks really good. The wrist pads, all that looking very nice. I thought that the skeleton face was more silver, but this one looks a little more just white. The digital render gave it more of a silvery feel to it, but I guess that's okay. Rachel says, dig in the Grim Viper. Benedict says, or hold on, Robert says, sign me up for 3. Benedict says, good figure, hate those outdated roadblock legs. He has roadblock legs? Shit, we gotta get to that. Tagworm says, that is a must-have, 10 of them. Vil the Great says, putting him with the range vipers. Firefly, welcome to the chat, says, Grim Viper is dope, getting a squad of 10. Hell yeah. Liquid says, saw... What? Going on with the Viper. Okay. Marnu says, I'm all in for the heavy trooper for all the range vipers, but no way you can carry a gun like that in the jungle. I mean, if Arnold Schwarzenegger can do it, so could a Grim Viper. Elevate me to the higher human form. Welcome to the chat, says Grim Viper's body will be a good base body on a Cobra army with different Cobra characters' head. That's a good one. Chris Yule says, my Grim Vipers are Garrison Vipers, Saw Vipers, or for assault. Pixel 4 says, I think we can cut back on the miniguns, but I'm getting them. Love the light green, says Jacob Benonson. Choi T says, what did I miss? Wife talking distracted me. I don't know if you hear, we just finished with Mainframe, which was a very shocking surprise. But now we're on Grim Viper. I was not expecting Grim Viper to be on display either, so that's very nice. Antonio says, where is Eevee? Also, if you guys haven't gotten the chance to like this video yet, please go ahead and do so. We've already hit our stream goal for tonight of, what was it, 60 or 65? I don't even remember, but thank you guys so much. But yeah, if you're new here in the chat, or if you're watching and you're not in the chat and you haven't liked this video yet, please go ahead and do so. We're a little bit shy under 95 people watching on tonight's stream, so that's good, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna dip as soon as I say it, but it's okay. Alright, more photos of Grim Viper. Are those... Whose legs are those? Are those airborne legs? And those are the Sergeant Slaughter, the one that comes with Mercer legs, right? The bottom half from the knee pads down, or like the knee joints down. Oh man, it's a very interesting style choice to use. I'm not a fan of having the pants go over the boots, although I'm sure a lot of you might actually prefer it, but I don't know. It doesn't really work in my taste, but I guess it's fine. Cobranomics says jungle range viper. I mean, I would easily call it a jungle range viper too, so you're right. Grim Viper's colors on a Frag Viper figure will make a flaming moth version, says Elevate Me. Very nice. Couch Boy says off topic, but South Park is on 1. Is G.I. Joe Paramount, by the way, or was it sold? Merger may lead to Joe stuff. That I have no clue. Where is Eevee? I mean, hopefully we get an Eevee figure at some point. Benedict says, oh snap, yeah, new Slaughter legs. Bloused boots all day, says Benedict. Robert says snow job legs. I don't know, I can't really tell. I just know that I've seen those boots covered by Airborne, and then the Halo jumper. I think Mainframe might have it too, and then that Sergeant Slaughter that comes with Mercer. So I think, you know, reuse parts galore, but it's fine. Cool looking figure though. Again, the digital render gave me more of a darker green with like dark browns and blacks. Maybe it's just the lighting that's making it look, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's fine though. It's fine. Alright, more figures. Oh my god, what the hell is this? Cold Slither, get out of here. We got no time for this. Alright, so we have Sci-Fi, we have Mainframe, we have Wetsuit, we have Grim Viper. So for those that are watching right now, all 4 of these will be going up for pre-order July 29th, which will be this Tuesday. So it's July 29th this Tuesday, right? I think so. So for those who need the extra help, I will be providing the pre-order links on my post tab page, so make sure you guys, for those who want it, make sure you don't miss out on those. I was not expecting them to go to pre-order this fast, but that's cool. And we've already talked about the Legacy Series Firefighter 2 days ago. Liquid Identity says, look at Mainframe here, different tone of gray in the pants. So it could be the lighting, so maybe the lighting is making it look like they're the same shades of gray, but perhaps it is slightly darker. Maybe it's not as darker as the render showed it, but perhaps, again, because there's, you know, it's a whole venue, so maybe the bright lights is just making it look more brighter gray. So I think you could be right in the sense of it could be a darker gray pant. I guess only time will tell. I'm sure some other YouTuber will have it at some point and they'll review it. Rachel says Skullbuster was the Range Viper. There was Skullbuster, Range Viper, I think Rock Viper, and then I think there was the only 2, I don't remember. Two-tone grays, render was overly dark. I'll bet my Rattler on it, says Liquid. I'll take your word for it. Troy T says, yes, 29 is Tuesday. Okay, so this 29th on a Tuesday will be the pre-orders for these figures. But yeah, very solid wave. I give it like a 9 out of 10. Other than some very minor nitpicks, but I think 9 out of 10 is very generous compared to my usual moaning and complaining about figures and waves. I mean, like I said, I think this is probably the best wave of the year for me. I just love every single figure that they released so far in this particular wave. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold off on Mainframe and Wetsuit, and I'll probably get those someday down the line, but I think right now my priority will definitely just be Sci-Fi, so I can at least get him out of the way. Because with Mainframe, I'm a bit iffy, so we'll see how I feel about that. And Wetsuit, I feel like I can just get some point down the line, maybe somewhere at Target or Walmart. No, not Walmart, probably somewhere at Target. So I won't be rushing to get those. But Sci-Fi though, So yeah, so that's cool. And again, Budo there. Oh shit! Holy crap! We got the Desert Scorpion. Okay, so we're not even done yet. We got more. Wow. That looks really good. That is like a 9.5 out of 10. I love the detail. I love the coloring. I love the design. It kind of looks like the Alien versus Predator style. I do remember some people were saying that when they announced Desert Scorpion, that the Scorpion should or could be a robot that Dr. Mindbender had created. Because honestly, I thought, you know, the G.I. Joe team would go a little bit more futuristic with it, but it looks like they definitely went realistic with the Scorpion, but just kind of gave him like a serum to be a lot huger. So very nice. Let's see if there's a better photo than this. 19J says, dude. Pixel Forge says, Grim Viper ain't got no time to bleed. Troy T says, get over here. Desert Scorpion looks good. Rachel says, that Scorpion is amazing. Shout out to Troy T with the Mortal Kombat reference. Liquid says, Desert Scorpion render. I was going to pass on in-hand and promo shots of Desert Scorpion sold me instantly jazzed. Yeah, this looks really good. Vil the Great says, going to be expensive to troop build. Yes. Are those scorpions or robots or just mutated that grow so big? Says Migs Big's the fun fan. Welcome to the chat, by the way. I don't think they're robots. I think they're just I think they are mutated with some special serum or something. Oh, shout out to Copy Joe Toys. Welcome, welcome. Very good to have you here, Copy Joe Toys. I didn't realize, somebody pointed out to me that Copy Joe Toys has a group on Facebook, and then when I checked it out, I didn't even know you had like thousands of people following on your page. That's so cool, man. So it's an honor for you to join here on my stream and chat. So shout out to Copy Joe Toys. Hold on, let's see if we have a better photo of the scorpion. Ah, there we go. Alright, so he has pinkish red joints for the articulation. I love the claws. I love the teeth. Hold on. Round of applause for the G.I. Joe team. I know I complain a lot about some other figures, but this is the best wave of 2025. I don't know if they're going to prove me wrong moving forward, but I love this wave. This is a bravo wave. Very well done. Bravo, bravo wave, bravo wave. Maybe they'll take out Desert Scorpion too. I just love the, if you look at the tail, it has a very nice like arch and like a three-dimensional design. Like, I don't know what's the right terminology for it, but it has like a, it's like slopes, like slanted. Kind of gives it like a nice dimensions to the tail. So like that's very, very awesome. Like you can even see it on the claw as well. Wow. And plus he has lime green eyes. Maybe Pythona bit into one of these and that's how she got the green shit on her teeth. Benny says over 25 points of articulation for the scorpion. Oh wow. Robert says, sure, I guess I'll give them the clap. Alright, so I guess they're just fidgeting around with the scorpion. Photos are a bit blurry there. I still see that YouTuber's head there on the bottom or the top. LOL. A little bit blurry there. They're trying to get it focused, but nice legs. So we can see a lot of texturing there, some great what do you call it, like rigid, I don't know what's the terminology for it, but that looks really nice. I love how it has like that little sharp jagged edges on the side too, kind of like a saw. That looks really, really cool. I do like the colors. It's like brownish, not yellow, but like mustardish colors with some blacks and some slightly goldish. Very cool. Liquid says people are going to use that scorpion to scare the crap out of their mates. Yeah, I would too. I know my mother would be very scared if she sees this on the kitchen floor. She'd probably stomp on it and she'll break it. Copy Joe Toy says, likewise, you're one of the good ones here. Thank you so much, man. That means a lot. From the bottom of my shark heart. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. Ooh, shout out to Gucci Nene Baby. Welcome to the chat. Says glad it's not a bullshit exclusive that will sell out instantly. What is the consensus of this pre-order? Oh no, this pre-order is going July 29th, right? Yeah, even this guy is on July 29th. Yeah, okay then. July 29th. Very cool. Do we have Desert Scorpion on here? I'm sure he's coming some point. Oh shit. Do you guys see that? Do you guys see what I see on down here? Tell me, do you guys see this? Let me know if you see it, because I see it. Marnu says Tuesday. Copy Joe says, never miss your lives, bro. Thank you so much, man. And I don't know if this helps, but if people want to go ahead and like your Facebook group, please go ahead and do so. It's a pretty cool one. I think from what I saw, you posted like some funny memes and stuff on there, so I like it. Troy T says, oh, my wife would hate me if I mess with her. She hates scorpions. There you go, man. You don't want to get the sofa at this point. Pass for me, it's just not in my bag, says Nerd Alert. Ding ding ding, Liquid Identity says Shortfuse. Yes sir. Or Steeler, I don't even know which one. It's a little bit hazy, but okay. So it looks like they have those on display too. Ooh. All right, let's get rid of this scorpion. We've seen enough. Retro bats, blah blah blah. There you go. Look at that scorpion, man. Very nice scorpion. I don't know if you guys in the chat, I don't know if you guys collect O-rings, but imagine you had this scorpion fight off your O-ring G.I. Joes. Now imagine how fun that would be. That would be like something out of an Alien and Predator movie. 19J says Shortfuse, he has the glasses. Okay, cool. Thank you. More details on the scorpion, green eyes. Okay, so we've seen enough of this. Let's keep rolling. We got the retro green shirt army builder down there. We got a crystal ball on the top left. Ah, holy shit. Holy crap, I did not know they were going to throw in Ghost Viper. Holy crap. For that person that shitted on me for saying that I was making shit up and that I'm a complete joke. I don't know if you're here watching the stream, but you can kiss my shark ass. Like, dude, these are brand new figures. This is freaking Ghost Viper. Wow. It is the translucent Cobra, green Cobra. We got a brand new helmet there. I thought it was more like the Arctic bat, but it's a little bit different. And then we have a Viper head sculpt, but it has a skeleton deco in the front in green, so that's pretty cool. Wow, so it looks like they're taking out the Ghost Viper. Shit, I'm nervous, man. I'm nervous. We got thumbs. I mean, we got hands. Yeah, look at that. I do like that head sculpt on the right. That head sculpt on the right, that's a really good one. That only indicates that we could possibly see these down the line for like Toxo Vipers maybe. I don't know if I'm too impressed with the Viper head sculpt with the skull deco. I think that's a little bit weird. But that head sculpt on the right though, fantastic. Cobranomics says badass Viper. Elvin says I need 3. Copy Joe says they look so freaking cool. I agree. Elevate Me says Ghost Vipers. Rachel says Ghost Viper is a very interesting concept, digging the new ones. Hell yeah. Copy Joe says there's a lot of haters for sure. Timothy says Raffle. Who am I gonna call, says Couch Boy. Gucci Nene says are these Walmart exclusives? I don't know. I don't know what's happening with these. Tagworm says it looks like the He-Man Necro Snake figure got like 5 of them hot. Ghost Viper is a Walmart exclusive, so good luck. Holy shit, that sucks. Danny says, hey Shark, Grim Viper looks like the Grim Reaper. Oh yeah, I didn't. Okay, there you go. Gotta put 2 and 2 together. Oh, that sucks. Walmart exclusive. First of all, a lot of people got shitted on for Crystal Ball. So for them to throw this as a Walmart exclusive, are they not learning their lesson with this? Ah, come on. I need at least one of these. At least one. I don't even want to army build them. I just want one. And the cool part is we have an alternate head sculpt, I think, which is that Viper head, which is really cool. Okay, so I guess we're moving on to Shortfuse and Steeler. Wow, wow, wow. Look at that. Shortfuse and Steeler. Now, based on... I want to see more of freaking Ghost Viper. Why don't we get some... Okay, maybe we might get some more photos. I was told that Shortfuse and Steeler are Target exclusives. Are these Target exclusives? That's what I was told. I'm not sure if these are Target exclusives. Someone let me know otherwise, because that sucks. Because if they are Target exclusives, here's my little event session. I don't know if you guys will agree with me on this, but the G.I. Joe team knows that the OG 13 are the most pivotal characters, in the OG original 13. So why the hell would you put, and let's be honest, at least over 85 to 90% of collectors in the G.I. Joe Classified line have been wanting to get or complete the original 13. And since Target is complete ass, and we've seen it with the Breaker and all the other figures that shitted on people, why the hell would they put high demand figures as Target exclusives? Because do you know what this means? Do you know what's going to happen at this point? Whenever the hell these figures come out in stores, which God knows it's going to be like next year, 2 years from now, due to how delayed everything is, there's not going to be one collector that's going to look at this and not pick up all the ones on the pegs. I mean, my Target's already ass anyway, so I just gave up toy hunting there anyway, unless I just randomly happen to stumble upon it. But these are two high in demand original 13 G.I. Joe figures that everybody has been wanting since Classified has started. The fact that you're throwing these as Target exclusives just means that the scalpers are going to go haywire. They are going to buy up every single thing, and then you will see these on eBay and Mercari for like definitely double the price, probably triple, because they know that these are high end. It's not a figure like Pythona that half people want, half won't. It's not like freaking Cold Slither where it's like a San Diego Comic-Con. This is like, these are like essential figures, and I'm not even exaggerating. These are highly anticipated and wanted figures. So who in the right ass of mind would toss these as Target exclusives? If these were Pulse exclusives, I mean, I know they're going to go on Pulse anyway, but it just mind boggles me. Who's the genius to do that? Like, okay, so are you G.I. Joe fans here in the chat? Are you catching on with the mentality and marketing of the G.I. Joe team right now? Army builders, Target exclusive or some type of exclusive. And again, I understand throwing them as mainline releases would suck, but why would troop builders be exclusives to a certain retailer or store? Why would you put high in demand and want two figures that's going to like, I understand Hawk with the MMS being an Amazon exclusive, like that's totally fine, but I cannot tell you once in the past 3 years where I had a proper Target or even Walmart excitement of toy hunting. The last time I've, like, yeah, if I randomly go to a Target, yeah, I'll come across a figure that I was not expecting, but it'll be like, oh, like a figure that's like 2 waves down the line, or like 2 waves like back then. So let me see if there's more photos. Sorry about that. Ah, there we go. These look great. I mean, again, like these will look great with your army builders, your green shirt retro army builders. I like these figures. They look fine. I'm sure there's a lot of reused parts here, but you do not put... Jeez, I need water. Will Newman, how's it going? Pulse Blow says Gucci. 19J says Pulse only has 37 figures to sell and they sell out in 13 seconds. That's true. Because think about it, the Cold Slither pack and the Night Force pack sold out within like a minute or two. And if those are just, and if that's just Night Force, like Night Force, Beachhead, and Quick Kick, like I know Night Force is a pretty popular sub team, but Night Force and Beachhead selling out in 2 minutes on Pulse, what makes you think that they're going to have good stock of this? Now, I know I'm being pessimistic here, and I want to be very hopeful, but again, we don't even know. This could even be 5 per customer, which is complete bullshit. And I understand 2 would be fine. A 2 would be fine, but 5 doesn't make any sense to me. Does not make any sense. Marnu says, don't even have a Target here in Canada. You used to get Target stuff here at Toys R Us, but I mean, at least you're lucky you have a Toys R Us there. Let's catch up with the chat real quick. 19J says Emily gets booed from her pet goldfish. Oh, that sucks. Nerd Alert says Steeler has the same chest as General Hawk, and I think they look awesome. Yeah, I mean, the Hawk figure looks good with the MMS for sure. Benedict says, yeah, Emily called them Target exclusives and got booed. There you go. Liquid Identity makes a valid point, says in a year and a half they may re-release these as individually as retro. The problem is that we don't have time to wait a year and a half. You know what I mean? Like, it's wishful thinking, and I'm sure it's possible, but we're not getting any younger, you know. We need these to like hurry up so we can enjoy. Just get them on Pulse, says Vil the Great. Boo Target and Walmart exclusives. Robert says, I'm going to order from Pulse and Target and see which one wins. Liquid says, toy hunting sucks. I'll pay a scalper an extra 30, save time and gas. Insanity. Will Newman says, time to buy a tank from Ramen Toys. Benedict says, finding Tiger Force Outback in 2022 was the last time I found something badass at my Target. It's been barren for years. Damn. And that's a while ago. That was like, yeah, that was 2022. Shit. Chris Yule says, retailer stores around where I live never have Joes for sale. Yep, I'm with you. Will Newman says, I'm tired from work. Tag Worm says, and you know what Hasbro is going to do? They're going to mass produce just 5 and then say, good luck, jokers. Yeah, pretty much. Couchboy says, I'm a fan. Gucci says, hard to be hopeful when Hasbro hasn't changed at all. True. All right, let's see if there's any more photos we got here. Maybe they took them out of package. Also, we are a little less than 100 people here in the chat right now with 79 likes. Let's try to hit to 85. Can we do 85 likes on tonight's stream? I know we said 65, but I'm feeling a bit excited looking at all these figures. Let's try to get to 85 likes on tonight's stream. I mean, the box looks cool. Oh, shit. Okay, so it looks like we're jumping around here. So we just moved on from the Shortfuse and Steeler 2-pack, and now we're back to the Ghost Viper. Wow. I mean, it has the crystal ball colors, I'll tell you that. So this gives me like a Doctor Strange vibes of having like your own army, like translucent green mystical armies to go with your crystal ball figure. So it makes sense. I think it's cool. Yeah. I mean, we've seen those knee pads before. Scrap Iron, Dial Tone, Retro Viper. I'm missing who else. But otherwise, I do like the grays. It does complement against the browns and golds, which does contrast well with the green translucent plastic. Although it looks like the head sculpt is a bit, it rides a bit high on the figure, right? Does that make sense? Like, doesn't it look like the neck portion of the head looks like it's riding a bit high? It needs to be a lot more shorter? I don't know. I think shorter. But otherwise, it looks cool. Tagworm says 100. Well, we're almost close to 100, so I don't know when. I don't know. I'll give it some time before we. Let's see how far we can get. If we hit 90 likes, then I'll say we'll make the stream go 100. Looks like Star Wars, says Couchboy. Marnu says they said these guys are. They need what? They said these guys use Crystal Ball's tech and work with him kind of as his own squad, says Marnus. I mean, that makes sense. Want to see the wolf head on Crystal Ball? It'll make a nice Halloween figure. I mean, Crystal Ball looks badass. I'll give you that. Those heads are higher. I think it's supposed to look like that. 19J says, Dial Tone, did they make him? Dial Tone went up for pre-order like last year, and he still hasn't even been out yet to people, at least in the US. But yeah, Dial Tone's already been out. People have been finding him there in Canada, etc., etc. But yeah, let's see if we have any better photos of this guy. Okay, so look at that. It looks like Crystal Balls there on top. Yes, I think my only complaint about this figure would have to be the headpiece riding a bit too high. Kind of looks very like a long neck, so that I'm not too happy about. So that kind of sucks. Because look, the neck piece rides over the actual collar piece. That's kind of weird. If they had it in a way where the neck piece went at least down to the shoulder pads, and it had like some type of arch or something, or kind of gave it like a, I don't know how to explain it, but this one looks like it just pegs right in there, and then everything else goes like above the collar piece, and I don't know, I'm just, you know. Marnu says I have him right here, he's excellent. Nice. Yeah, Crystal Ball, right? Or are you talking about Ghost Viper? Makes Big Zafan says giraffe neck. Alright. Let's keep going. So yeah, I mean, it looks fine. It looks cool. I like the translucent greens. Great army builder for sure. Color schemes are at least intact. Color scheme, we've seen, I think, reused parts here and there from Vipers and stuff. I could be wrong, but I think so. Okay, so we have Slice and Dice. We've seen that already yesterday, or talked about it the day before. We have the Ghost Viper accessories, and I'm pretty sure we've seen that snake with Serpentor that's on the left. Otherwise, we have the other translucent accessories, and again, I think that extra head sculpt does look pretty good. Let's see what else. So it looks like he comes with 1, 2, 3, 4 additional head sculpts, because we got that wolf looking one, we got the snake one, and then we got the skull one, and then we got that robotic looking one. So wow, Ghost Viper comes with 4 heads. That's pretty badass. That's insanity. Alright. Okay, so at least they took out the wolf or whatever. Articulated translucent green wolf. Not bad, not bad. I'm pretty sure it's utilizing a lot of like Snake Eyes' timber, so I don't think it costed them that much to do other than coloring. Marnu says 2 heads, 4 heads, a wolf, a snake, and 2 guns. Mawcom says I miss Dial Tone and Breaker. Cobranomic says, yeah, that Emily snapped on guests during the show, asking folks don't be rude to her while she's looking at them. Oh shit. That's cool. That's cool. Crystal ball. Oh! Alright, here we go. Another surprise, another shock value. Going up for pre-order July 29th. This Tuesday is the Steelcore Sentry figure with the defense post. Shit, I had no clue that they had this on display as well. It looks like he's using those same low light legs as well as Night Force quick kick legs. Yeah, so he's using those legs there. We've seen those the torsos before. The chest looks a bit not colored. Looks a bit like a prototype, but I guess obviously they're not going to change it from here. That's probably what it is. The Steelcore helmet has like the neon yellow visor, but the helmet, I guess it's fine. It's I don't want to say like, yeah, it's kind of what I expected. Nothing too crazy. Liquid says it's all timber. Marnu says, and that in a skull blast affecting. Migs Big says 4 of them with different heads. That would be cool display. Crystal ball, that's true. Liquid says Lentrine core, sorry. Chris Yule says I'll take 3. Robert Wanland says Nerd Zoic. Gucci Nene says I would actually really like this, however I'm broke. I do like the Steelcore figures. Alfred Padnew, welcome to the chat, says Hasbro needs a new spokesperson and they should be a veteran. Oh, I mean, a veteran? That's gonna be tough. You know how much? Yeah. I'm a bit disappointed. I was hoping for something new, not just a repaint. They still have the Joe Pros on the right shoulder, so that's interesting. So it looks like the G.I. Joe team is still sticking with the Joe Pros storyline, supposedly, at least based off of this image. Let's see if we get photos of the defense post. But look at that, the vest that he's wearing and then the pouches. It's like that khaki beige color, but it looks very prototypey and it needs to be more detailed or colored or something. It looks like it's like an unfinished prototype vest. They should have done something different with that one. Even if it was the same color, at least some kind of shading on the pouches or something. So I don't know. Alfred says only 3 OGs left to be made. Yes. Who is it? We have Flash, Grand Slam, and I don't know who the other one is. I forgot. More up close photos of this guy. Okay, now we're back to Ghost Viper. Staff. Alright, let's get these guys out of here. We don't want to see them. Blah, blah, blah. Don't care, don't care. Alright. Oh, Desert Scorpion is on display. There we go. Okay, so now we got Desert Scorpion on display. We got the Haslab SNOWCAT there on the left. Zap, says Robert. Okay, Zap. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. It says Troy T says Zap. Will says Zap. Pixel Fort says both are trash. Hopefully we get an up close image of Desert Scorpion. Ah, okay. I don't know which one of you in the comments or the chat was the one that said Desert Scorpion had my facial expression. Because that kind of does look like he has my nose right there. I can see it. He kind of has my nose. I might have to get Desert Scorpion just to customize my face on it, or I would rather I want to get a Desert Scorpion additional head sculpt and then toss it on a GI Joe Classified clutch body, and then yeah, that would probably be my ultimate slight kit bash. Damn, I'm not gonna lie, man. This figure looks really good. I'm very impressed with Desert Scorpion. I was kind of thinking that they would not do justice to Desert Scorpion and make him a lot more plain, but they surprisingly did a really great job with this one. Color schemes, great. Added extra colors, great. Face sculpt, looks great. And look, hey, look. Unlike Dusty, who didn't have the cloth piece in the back of his head, looks like Desert Scorpion's is actually cloth. It's fabric. It's not like molded on plastic. Holy shit, that's cool. Because remember Lenny once said that in order for them to put fabric on the back of the helmets would cost them money, and it's not like viable to do. But for Desert Scorpion, looks like we have a fabric in the back of his head. So I was thinking that they were probably going to do just like a hard plastic, but I guess they have the money for it to do it now, which means Dusty is now is an outdated figure, and Dusty needs to be remade in order for him to have the fabric on the back of his helmet, unless they do like an actual accessory pack with just Dusty's helmet with the fabric on it. Then that would be one thing. Probably get Cutter before Whale, says Alfred. Couchboy says, I feel like him again, but it's okay army build. Migs Big says, and your beard. Hopefully we get a photo of him with the alternate head sculpt. But yeah, I mean, the red grenade's cool. This is a nice figure, man. Nice figure. I like it. Todd C, welcome to the chat, says the budget increased, the line is successful. That's very true. Bat and Joe fan, welcome to the chat, says if I'm lucky enough to get a Steeler, I might have to buy a Ramen Toys tank since I don't expect him to do a Mobat now. Oh yeah, I totally forgot we didn't get to see Steeler and Shortfuse out of package. Maybe we have more photos of that. So if you guys own the original O-ring version of Desert Scorpion, then you would know that his boots were just all black with horizontal sculpting, but they added gold armor shin guards to his boots, and they added gold with yellow bottoms to the actual shoes or boots or whatever. So they've kind of like updated the original classic figure, and not in a bad way. I like it. So at this point, like, I wouldn't even, like, I don't care for a retro Desert Scorpion. They probably wouldn't do one, but this is pretty good. I mean, it's like, it's a good balance of like old and new, so I like it. Back to the Scorpion, don't care. Oh my god, look, it's me. It's Desert Shark. Hey, hold on, if I pose my head this way, does that look like me right there? If I kind of tilt that way with the mustache and beard? I think, yeah. I think we finally found my classified doppelganger. I think this is it. Desert Scorpion has shark written all over it. Yeah. Copy Joe says, we make the Mobat. Check us out. Where do I check it out? Copy Joe Toys. Yeah, I'm about to do a C&D on Hasbro for likeness. I need to get some royalties now. Shit. Oh, Desert Shark Scorpion. I need to get royalties now. Unacceptable. Where's my lawyer? Man, I hope they, but I love that little fabric cloth shit, whatever you call it. Looks very nice. Tagworm says, yup, definitely your arms. Definitely not my arms, not by any means. I don't have muscle by any means. Robert says, like a mirror, Hasbro needs to know when we hurt. If we boo the app glitch, boo Target, Walmart, boo sells out, boo is like, so they take the pain away. Yeah, but I don't think at the end of the day they would probably care. Chris Yule says Hasbro only cares about numbers. If their product sells out, they don't care how. That's true. 19 Jaye says 2 Joe tubers in one line. Oh man, come on, give me a better angle. Okay, hold on. Does that look? Is that close enough? Is that close? I'm trying to think. Kind of got my mustache right. Yeah. All right, I'm filing a lawsuit. Oh, that's so cool. I think I'll have to get this figure. I gotta do a shark custom now. Wow, I don't know whoever is there at Comic-Con, just tell Lenny, be like, dude, that looks like Shark, and bravo. That's cool. We have a better angle. Damn, your doppelganger. Yes, says Troy T. Long lost twin brother. Close enough, says Migs Biggs. Tagworm says absolutely 100%. Yeah, man. Desert Shark Scorpion. Great. Of all characters, I had to be Desert Scorpion, but alright, I'll take it. That's cool. Gotta get my lawyers out, though. I need royalties. Definitely need royalties. Also, for those that are in the chat right now and for those that are watching, we are officially at 90 likes. If we can hit this stream to 100 likes, this would be great. So let's try to get to 100 likes and then we'll call it cool. I mean, we'll celebrate somehow, but hold on. I'm just so wow. I'm probably, I don't know. I gotta see more photos of this when they do the actual I don't know. Is anybody there at Comic-Con right now? Can somebody go to the G.I. Joe team and just be like, that looks like a shark? And then tell him he wants royalties? Just kidding. Actually, no, I'm not kidding. I want the royalties. Shoot. How dare they? But yeah, really cool looking mask though. I knew it looked very similar to the version 4 Snake Eyes. He's got the backpack, which is cool. That little webcam-y thingy, or the surveillance, whatever. And then he's got the okay, so okay, I think based off the render, from what I remember, it's not the actual head sculpt. Like, it's not an, I think it's just a attachable piece from the jaw all the way up to the actual eyes. I don't think it's like a actual head itself. Copy says, bro, my bro can make you as a classified Joe Shark. How is that possible? Copy Joe Toys. Are you a customizer, or your brother's a customizer? A faceplate, yes. Thank you, Marnus. Mix Big says, I enjoy your stream right now. Thank you, man. Thank you. It's not a full face swap then. Okay, cool. Faceplate Shark. Yes, thank you, Benny. Trust me, it's a lot harder when you're streaming and you're talking to people and then like your mind just goes blank. So I apologize if I make mistakes. But holy shit, we got Shortfuse? Shortfuse, right? I'm blanking out. Yeah, okay, so we have the figures out of package now, which is cool. And look, we have Serpenter, the iguana in the background. I think he fell over. It's not articulated, so it looks like it's just looking down, so that kind of sucks. Pixel Forge says, do you just let the scorpion chill in the garbage or what, Shark? No. What scorpion? Desert Scorpion reminds you of Predator. You know who reminds me of Predator? Which figure was that? Shadow Tracker. I don't know why. Copy Joe Toy says, we have a team. Holy crap. Where do I hit you up? On Instagram? I'll find you on Instagram. Chris Yule says, motors are sexy. Shortfuse looks great. Yeah, I do like the glasses, although it looks like they're removable glasses. But otherwise, the whole body, I feel like we've seen with the retro green shirt army builders. Probably, possibly, I think so. Yeah, it is removable glasses. Yeah, I feel like nothing we haven't seen already, but again, from what everyone is saying, or what most people are saying, it's a Target exclusive. But looks nice. No complaints here. Again, it's the original 13. How can you go wrong with this? Yeah, looks nice there. What do you guys think of his head sculpt? Robert says Shortfuse looks great. Liquid says nah, Night Force quick kick reminds me of Predator. Well, actually, here's a cool question for those who saw the Predator movie, or what was it called? The one with Arnold Schwarzenegger. If you were to use one Cobra in the jungle, and then you had to pick at least 5 or 6 Joes to take down the Predator, which Joes would you use or enlist in the mission? Predator 1987. Thank you. Copy Joe says Facebook. Okay, I shall. Alfred says next to Tiger Force members, good head sculpt on Shortfuse. It has personality. Yeah, it kind of has like a little smirky, like a smirk face with his eyes kind of squinted, which looks actually really nice. But yeah, I do like it, and it looks like he's got brownish and olive colored, multicolored boots, which does break it up a bit. So I like that. That's cool. All right. So hopefully we don't lose these glasses, because I feel like we all might lose them at some point. Blurry photos. Oh shit, this guy looks good. Steeler looks really good. Wow, look at that. So got the side zippers. The helmet looks good. The communicator, the straps. And on top of that, the color scheme is in unison with the hawk with the MMS, and then with the vamp, and then see, this is what they, oh man, it's just too bad that they didn't do that as a classified thing. Imagine if the Haslab was actually the Mobat, then it would have all been consistent with greens, even if they didn't include the figures with the Mobat or whatever, which probably would have sucked anyway. But at least all the colors are in unison, because now we have Breaker with his what? We have Breaker with his Ram Cycle. We have Clutch with his Vamp. We have Hawk with the MMS. Now we have Shortfuse and Steeler. Yeah, they all look color-wise in unison. Chris Yule says 9 Snake Eyes. Migs Big Fan says Duke, Recondo, Spirit, Gung Ho, and Blowtorch. That's a pretty interesting one. Alfred Pedno says OG13 versus Predator. Shit, all 13? That's crazy. Liquid says Bazooka is my Jesse Ventura. Marnu says, like I said, reminds me of the first guy killed in Predator, especially in the smirk and glasses. Benedict says Duke, Spirit, Recondo, Stalker, Footloose, and Beachhead. That's interesting. So it looks like Spirit will definitely help in the battles. 49er says, I have to do this. Shark, Hasbro, where's my damn Thunder Machine? Hey man, if you want the Thunder Machine, I'm sure next year probably. Oh shit, 19 Jace with a $20 channel donation. Thank you so much. He says, here comes cabbage towards your Desert Scorpion pre-order Tuesday. Oh shit, thank you so much, 19 Jace. Oh man, thank you so much for that. I gotta take a photo of this, because whenever the figure comes in and when I review it, I will definitely give you the shout out. because you're the one who made that review possible. So thank you so much, 19Jace. That truly an honor. Thank you so much, man. I mean, that's wild that you did that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So my review on Desert Scorpion will be dedicated to you then. So I hope you like it. Whenever the hell that fair comes out next year, 2 years from now. But yeah, shout out to 19Jace, man. Thank you, man. That threw me off. Caught me by surprise. Cabbage. Let's see if we have a better photo of this. Yeah, it looks good. No complaints here. Love the colors. Very nice here. Okay, better, more clear quality photo. Yeah, man, just look at both of them together. That looks really cool. I think Steeler is probably my favorite of him and Shortfuse, but wow. And on top of that, I think the greens are also consistent with the Night Force. I don't think it's too far of a departure, but it seems like the color greens are roughly there too. So I think this would also look good. Oh, with the Dragonfly as well. So there you go. Man, it just sucks that they did the Haslab with the SNOWCAT. That would have, if they did a MOBAT, man, holy shit. This entire year would have been like the year of like green, because we even have the green shirt retro army builders. So man, that's a missed opportunity right there. Oh, man, that's wild. But yeah, that's cool. Very nice there. Very cool there. We need some better poses. Now we have both of them together on display. What does that say? Fall 2025 pre-order starts. Oh, July. Wait. Oh, that's a Grim Viper. Sorry, never mind. I thought this was the 2-pack. Sorry, I didn't read that. My bad, my bad, my bad. So it looks like we have no date yet, but that's cool. I do like the little Superman wave there in the top front. Alright, so we've seen oh, what the hell? Oh shit, we're not even okay, so we still got more to go. Wow. Hold on. Hold on. Will Newman says Snake Eyes, Roadblock, Stalker, Storm Shadow, Gung Ho versus the Predator. Oh shit. Storm Shadow, huh? I can see Gung Ho and Roadblock. Yeah. Stalker, Snake Eyes. Yeah. Stealth. Yeah, that works. Copy Joe says we have the Thunder Machine. Just hit us up. Shortfuse and Steeler were always paired up, just like Dusty and Footloose. Scott Mora says after this wave, there are only 3 OG13 left. Flash, Zap, and Grand Slam. Damn, 3 left. I wonder how many people will leave Classified after that. When was the fall Target Toy Con thing last fall? Oh, I don't even know. Couchboy. Chris Yule says Motor Combat. Tagworm says Predator, Extermination Team, Duke, Flint, Spirit, Snake Eyes, Rock and Roll, and Crocmaster. That's Crocmaster. Wow, I forgot about that guy. Liquid Identity says I'm going to put Shortfuse up against Desert Scorpion. Okay. It looks like we have the... That's not the Trench... No, Trench Viper was the blue one. It looks like it's the freaking... What do you call it? Steelcore Sentry, the defense post. Get out of the way, Lenny. So we got more porta potties though. A Romo, what's going on, brother? How's it going? He says, hope I didn't miss much. Oh, does anybody want to tell A Romo how much he's missed it in the stream tonight? Robert says we ate it to 100. What? Mine still says 99. Marnu says, this is what disappointed me, just a repaint with extra weapons, so lazy. Wait, is this the same sculpt as the Trench Viper? The porta potties that came with Trench Viper, is this the same thing but just gray? Because I kind of forgot how that looked like. Get out of the way, Lenny. There you go. Oh man. Which, well, you know what? This actually makes sense, because if the Trench Vipers have their blue porta potties and the Joe needs theirs too, therefore we have the gray porta potties now. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, to all those that are still here in the stream and in the chat right now, first of all, thank you so much for spending your Friday nights with me. And on top of that, we have reached our super duper ultimate stream goal tonight, which is 100 likes while the stream is still going. So thank you guys so freaking much. I really do appreciate it. And thank you to all those who donated to the channel tonight as well. Thank you guys. Thank you. Without you guys, this would not have been possible. So I appreciate all the love and support, and thank you for, you know, spending time with me talking about GIJOE Classified. So hell yeah, without you guys, this would not be made possible. So thank you once again to everybody. Shout out to all of you. Thank you for the 101 likes on the stream tonight. Christian Harnick, welcome to the chat. Says, hi Shark, I'm not a fan of Shortfuse, has 2 green colors, why not make it like Steelers? First of all, shout out to Christian, who gave a subscriber gift back on the previous old channels. Very awesome, what do you call it? Shoot, what's the name I'm looking for? He has an Etsy store if you guys want to get like G.I. Joe coasters and like mugs and stuff like that, and I think they're called tumblers. So if you want to, who is it? Christian, if you want to post your link on here, do so. You have my permission to do it, because I think those are very, very amazing quality, and they're one of the best for sure. So thank you so much, Christian, for that, and shout out to you. All right, let's see. Let's move on. Let's see if we got any figures in there. Just chilling on a Friday with Shark and a thunderstorm all around me. Oh, that's beautiful, man. Nothing like talking about toys and rain. Thank you, Robert. A new Joe movie and a TV show would be ass. Oh, it would be money, says Chris. I thought you said ass. Alright, so we still got more Slice and Dice. We already seen that the other day. We have more sacks there. Oh, shit. We have Tagworm with the $5. Thank you so much, Tagworm. And why can I not like this? It's not giving me the option to give a shark heart. Why is it not letting me like it? What the hell? Thank you, Tagworm, so much for the $5. That, first of all, I love your Thundercats logo. Freaking awesome show. But holy shit, thank you so much, man. That really means a lot to me. And thank you to everyone else who also donated in the chat too, especially the ones previously for you guys who haven't seen it yet. I had to mind fart. 19 Jace, thank you so much for that. And who was it that gave it before in the beginning of the stream? Where did it go? Alright, hold on. I gotta figure this out. Anyways, hold on. Let's see what else we got here. Let's move away from the sacks. Alright, so here we got the Steelcore Sentry figure chilling. But Tagworm, it's not letting me actually give a heart to it. Maybe because it has a dancing emoji on the side, so maybe I'm not allowed to like it. I don't know. So I don't know. I would have to rate these Steelcore Sentry figures like a 7 or 6 out of 10. Let's see what else we got. they're okay, but they just need more detail or more coloring or something. I don't know. Oh, we got the packaging for the Steelcore. We got Crystal Ball there on the right. Okay. Also, July 27th, July 29th pre-order this Tuesday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, if you're those who are interested. Holy crap. I mean, yeah, it's fine. I should have known that with the Trench Vipers, we would have gotten a reuse of those porta potties with something else. It totally slipped my mind. I'm not a big fan of the color scheme though. Robert says those Stinger missiles are terrible to keep on. There you go, more reuse parts. I mean, helmets are cool. Nothing we haven't seen already. Say more Ghost Viper. More Ghost Viper. See, look at the head. It looks a bit odd, doesn't it? Like it sits way too high on the figure. Don't know how I feel about it. Like, I know because it has the mouth open and it has to like whatever, but again, it's sitting way too high on it, and then yeah, I don't know. I think that's a little bit of a, because look, there's even that alternate serpent head too that has to be pegged in there, so that might look better than the wolf head, but I don't know. No Easter eggs on the package, says Russell. Well, these were the Easter eggs on the Beachhead and Quick Kick one. Cobra Island Mountain next Haslab. Oh shit. A Romo says, I wanted to say thank you to the homie Shark. He has been the one homie how takes his time to read the comments, and he knows most of the community, especially the OGs. Well, A Romo is definitely one of the OGs on the channel, so this is, I mean, this is why I love going live, is because it helps build a more personal connection with you guys, because I know when I do my regular videos, depending how many comments it gets and whatever it is I'm doing throughout the day, it makes it harder for me to like comment everybody's comment on the videos, which I do read when I, before I go to bed and stuff, but sometimes it's like, it's hard for me to respond to like everybody in case there's like a video that gets like more than 100 comments sometimes. But when I go live, that helps, that makes it more like an interaction between me and the person, like a one-on-one. I know there's like over like less than 80 people here right now because it's like getting late, but for a lot of people that were here, whenever I read your comment, that's like me showing you like I see you, I recognize you, you're not just like a stranger subscriber on the channel, like I notice you, like we're friends at this point, right? So it's like how I like to communicate one-on-one with you guys. So thank you so much for that awesome comment, A Romo. Because of that, and I don't have a pinned comment, so I'm gonna give you the pin message for the night. All right, let's move on from this guy. Ghost Viper, we've seen him too much now. Blah blah blah. Nice accessories, weapons, cool. All right, back to Shortfuse. Back to Steeler. Back to Grim Viper. All right, here we have a better look at Wetsuit. Finally, like a different angle, so that's great. I love it. 10 out of 10. We've already talked about this earlier on the stream, so that's, I love it. Hopefully we get a better, beautiful figure. We are, like we already said, 10 out of 10 for Sci-Fi, so instant pre-order for sure. So yeah, I'll be pre-ordering Sci-Fi, and thanks to 19 Jace now getting Desert Scorpion, so that's 2 figures I'll be pre-ordering on July 29th. For some reason it won't let me see who the other person was that donated earlier in the chat. That sucks. Wait, maybe I can check it here. Give me a second. No, it won't let me go all the way up. That sucks. Damn. Let's see. Oh, another blurry version of Mainframe. Okay, I don't know who was it that was here in the chat before. Liquid Identity. So look, we can see the pants now. They are slightly darker gray compared to the torso, which is a lighter gray, but because again it's a venue, we can see that they're almost similar in grays. It's not as drastic as 49er Brian, it was you. I'm so sorry, brother. I'm so sorry. It didn't let me see. Thank you, 49er Brian, 19 Jace, and damn it, and I got Tagworm for the channel donations for tonight's stream. Thank you guys, man. I apologize for messing up the names. But let me just quickly, before I forget about Mainframe. So we can see here clearly. We can see clearly now. The rain has gone. The torso is a lot more lighter gray, which we knew, but then the pants has more of a slight darker gray, but it's not as drastic darker as it was in the digital render. Alfred says we should get a 2-pack of Toxo Viper. That shit would be awesome. Zoran says, listen here, Shark, greatness has arrived. Please start from the beginning. Oh, I don't know, man. The longest stream I've done on the channel, we're hitting 2 hours now, and I haven't even reached the name only reveals yet. All right, let's see. Now we got the actual Mainframe photos that I wanted to see since the beginning. Oh my god, look at that head sculpt. Oh lord. Not the one that's on him, the head sculpt on the bottom. If you know, you know. LOL. Mainframe looks fine. I give it a little I give it a lot more credit compared to what the render shows, so I'm happy about that. Grim Viper, hold on. Liquid Identity says Airtight was name revealed? Airtight was name revealed? Where, when, how? Where, when, how? I didn't know Airtight was okay. I don't know about this. If so, that'd be dope. Alright, let's keep going. Hands, weapons. We got the All Striker in the back. Blah blah blah. Oh, he's trolling, says Marnews. Damn, man, scaring me. You know very well not to scare me while I'm live streaming, man. I have to. It messes with my psyche. This looks cool. Good group shot there of all three. Helmet. Good detail. Good stuff. So we've already talked a lot about these already. All right, so we're back to the G.I. Joe intro there. So let me just refresh this real quick, and then let me see if I've missed anything. All right, so it looks like we haven't, but I want to go back to the panel, and now we don't really need to see the digital renders because we've already just spoke a lot about that, and we'll take a look at the official photography after the pre-order on the next live stream. But let's quickly take a look at this thing right here. What do you guys think about this little tease that we got here from the G.I. Joe team? Now there's two ways to go about it. This could either be a Cobra La piece or Royal Guard, or it could be a piece for Globulus. I mean, that's where a lot are speculating or a lot are heading towards. I personally don't know. I'm not even gonna bother guessing, but it does have like that skull crustacean vibe to it. So and the problem is because it's like a little render, I can't really tell like the size of it. Like is it a small piece, is it a big piece? As Marnu says, a shield for the Royal Guard, is that also something? I don't know. Troy T says maybe a tongue for the dragon. A Romo says it's going to be something to do with the snow. Ooh. Hollinet, welcome to the chat. Says even after Comic-Con showcases, the SNOWCAT has not moved very much at all. Oh yeah, we gotta look at the SNOWCAT numbers real quick. Shit. So, all right, so we'll come back to this tease later just because I don't want to spend too much time guessing. It could literally be anything in this world. For all I know, it could be like, I don't know. I'm trying to think. I don't know. I'm not even going to bother guessing. But Christopher Bouchard, welcome to the chat. Says, what's up, Shark? How's it going, man? It's good to see you. Lance Witzel says, ICEBERG. Malcolm says, SNOWCAT. Yes. Okay. So, with that being said, let's quickly take a look at the Haslab, HasbroPulse.com. We have a new Star Wars Haslab for $400 and something, which is freaking insane. So at the time of making this, or this recording this live stream, we are still at 7,281 backers. Holy crap, this is slow. So we're basically 2 days in. We're 2 days in to Comic-Con, and not even the displays helped reach to 8,000 already. And on top of that, not even the name drop for today also helped the SNOWCAT too. So that's oh, sorry, it's covering on the screen. There you go, my bad. So yeah, actually, hold on, we can remove this. Also, shout out to His Tank for all those photos, man. Thank you guys so much. So yeah, man, dude, we're only still we still have like 800 more backers, right? Thank you, Christian, man. I appreciate it. This, I don't know what to say, man. I'm like at a loss for words. Holy shit, hold on. Copy Joe Toy says the SNOWCAT was at 7,312, but this afternoon, and now it's at 7,281, which means they dropped. It dropped. The numbers dropped. Wow. That's no good. Elvin says, like I said yesterday, at the pace, they will be only 12,500 by the time it ends. We only have 20 days left, and we haven't even reached the 8,000 mark, and then we still have to get... let's just go to the details. We still have to get to 10,000 for Lady Jaye, 12 for the Bivouac, and 14 for Flint, and Nathan even says it was over 7,300 yesterday, but it dropped to 7,250 after the Joe panel this morning. Shit, that's not good. I mean, again, I'm sure we'll see an influx closer towards the end of the date, but oh man, you know that meme of the actor who's like sweating and he's just like staring at the screen, like staring, I forgot, I think that was a Star Wars guy. Or was it Star Wars? I don't even know. He's just like staring there, and then he has like the sweat dripping down. I feel like that's literally where the SNOWCAT is right now. Holy shit, that's so bad, man. They really dropped the ball on this Haslab. Mobat was it, man. Mobat was it. Gladiator Brig, welcome to the chat. I think it's your first time here. It says people canceled SNOWCAT over Cold Slither selling out in 30 seconds. I mean, rightfully so. I mean, if you're pissed at that they can't even cater to people who traveled so far to Comic-Con and still get screwed over, that like completely sucks ass, man. Like that just like, I understand their frustration. Like I would be pissed too. Charles, welcome to the chat, says, hey Shark, chilling with my wife watching the live. Hello, Mrs. Charles. Thank you so much for you and your husband watching my stream. I'm so sorry that he's wasting your time with this, but what can I say? We're all in this together, suffering. But shout out to Mrs. Charles for being a trooper wife and watching this stream with her husband. So cool. Will Newman says, so there was drama at the panel that Emily was yelling at people. I gotta watch that. Marnu says we didn't get a render for a snow character. Actually, close. We did. Let me get rid of this real quick. If I were to go to the leaks and prototypes and name only reveals and etc., the only name that they did announce and reveal was ICEBERG. So now we can remove Night Viper from the upcoming lists, but ICEBERG was name dropped, and this is where I find it very interesting, because I did state that it would be really great if they do you know, they do add like, oh, that's not a render. Yeah, I mean, you're right. So, but the thing is, ICEBERG was probably in the pipeline already, but I think this is kind of like their way of saying, like, damage control, right? This is them saying, okay, the SNOWCAT is really slow at this point, and this could be very bad for the GIJOE team, because it's going to be the first Haslab to not officially fund every single tier, probably. So dropping the name of ICEBERG was their supposedly way of to entice collectors to back the SNOWCAT, but it's like I said numerous times, it's a niche vehicle. It's a great vehicle, it's an awesome vehicle, but as a Haslab, it came too soon. It was not supposed to be this way, or at least it shouldn't have been this way. Because think about it, we have the retro green shirt army builders, we have Steeler, we have Shortfuse, we have Hawk with the MMS. Why did they not just do the MOBAT, right? That would have been all essential to the green G.I. Joe colored vehicles, because the Dragonfly was already green. The Vamp, what's his name? The Ram Cycle with Breaker. Like, all of that had a color theme to the Joes, and to go from all of that to suddenly tossing in a snow vehicle, like, yes, it would be great to have a Haslab snow vehicle someday in the future, but it was not necessary at the moment. They really needed to focus on really catering to a bunch of like the original 13, or like the color scheme, and kind of give us like that G.I. Joe that we've probably all wanted since the beginning. And the SNOWCAT would have been great somewhere down the line, where when they introduced to us, like even if they had a sub team released before even announcing a SNOWCAT, like in another like year or two from now, saying, okay, we have a whole sub team, Arctic sub team coming in, and then by that time you're you're expanding your classified collection with all these Arctic characters, and then they announce the SNOWCAT, and then collectors would be like, okay, I have all these 8 or 9, 10, or even 11 Joe Snow characters. What better way than to like seal the coffin with the Haslab SNOWCAT? Then that would have made it an official like a beautiful send-off to the snow team. But they really kind of like messed that up by only announcing Snow Job and then doing a Haslab with just Frostbite, and now after you're doing like ICEBERG, like that doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't help by any means, so it kind of sucks. But damn, that sucks, Zoran. Shots fired, but rest in peace. Mix Big says they really dropped the ball in the MOBAT, but I think they'll cost them more if they go with the Haslab MOBAT. I mean, yeah, it's gonna cost them regardless, but you know, but at the end of the day, it's what the collectors want, right? I'm sure people would find a way. If the tiers were incentive enough, people would find a way to do it. The SNOWCAT just didn't necessarily do it. Yes, definitely too soon. 19J says also, I think Lady Jane Flint and those coats would still get hyperthemia. Yeah, I mean that bivouac isn't going to help them as much. Gladiator Brick says mid-sized vehicles should be general release. The trunk isn't a transport or a turret. It's part of the engineering. They try to do it all but cut corners for a full price. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. Zoran says, I can't tell sometimes. Liquid Identity says SNOWCAT would have been pitched over a year ago when Hasbro was having financial concerns. It probably made more sense then. Yeah, I could see that too, but I don't know. I just think there could have been a better planning to that by adding more characters first and then tossing in the Haslab. Otherwise, so yeah, Night Viper, super excited for. Lifeline, according to the image that they used, Lifeline is in the red outfit, so that's cool. Hit and Run, that's exciting because for those who have the original Hit and Run O-ring figure knows that Hit and Run comes with a nice duffel bag. He comes with a parachute, a giant ass backpack, and then he comes with a dagger and like a nice gun and all these accessories, and then plus the camo it's very similar to the Halo jumper, so I will not be surprised if he looks very similar to the Halo jumper. And then we have freaking Big Lob, which is very interesting wild card, but it also eliminates a lot of the the 87 roster, so that definitely helps. But we still need to have like movie cartoon accurate of Chuckles, where he had the white shirt with the pink and yellow florals, whereas the exclusive was the blue shirt, the O-ring version. So hopefully we'll get a retro Chuckles at some point. Lenny keeps adding food to Joe's. Anyone see a pattern? Glad I didn't back the Rattlers. It was an early punishment. I'm excited for Lifeline, Big Lob. So because there's also a Tiger Force version of Lifeline, so we're gonna see Tiger Force Lifeline come out at some point too. So we'll see that at some point. Otherwise, I'm the only one out of this entire list. ICEBERG is cool, but Night Viper is probably the one for all of you that are in the chat right now, you know how much I'm anticipating Night Viper. That's the holy grail of my Cobra love. So Night Viper will be that character I will either absolutely love or I will be absolutely disappointed. So it's going to be a very hard it's going to be a difficult live stream whenever he gets revealed. So expect me to either be very pleased or complain about it. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, Big Lob, cool. Hit and Run, dope. Lifeline, awesome. Lifeline has a lot of accessories. So the briefcase, the mask, and then even though he's like considered a pacifist, right? So cool. We still have the upcoming listings of Taurus, Reddog, and Flash. Don't know when the hell those are coming out, but I don't want to focus too much time on that. And then last but not least, we have all these figures that we know of so far. I mean, right now, I just saw that there's already images of the actual product shot of Desert Scorpion and the Steelcore Sentry figure, but obviously this stream started like literally 2.5 hours ago. So in the next stream, I'll have a better representation of Desert Scorpion and Steelcore Sentry figure. But for now, Mainframe, Steelcore Sentry, Grim Viper, Sci-Fi, Wetsuit, and Desert Scorpion will all be going up for pre-order this Tuesday, July 29th. So make sure you guys tune into my channel if you want to see or if you want to have the links. I'll try to provide those the best I can. Oh, shout out to Mr. Samson for joining in on the chat. It's good to see you, brother. I actually want Lifeline, and Lord knows how many Night Vipers I'll get. I mean, Night Viper, man. Shoot. Hold on, give me 1 second. First of all, shout out to Mr. Samson for sending over this custom Night Viper. I don't know if you guys can even see it, but this Night Viper looks badass. I don't know, the colors might not be blending in too much on the screen, but If it could look somewhere remotely close to this or how cool it is, or probably better, that'd be sick. Otherwise, this is a pretty fantastic custom anyways. I mean, it looks, I love the color green on it. I love the design. The Cobra logo is actually like lime green. The visor is like from Alley Viper, but all that just looks fantastic. So thank you and shout out to Mr. Samson for this. Very nice custom for sure. But yeah, we're gonna see how that turns out. How many will I be getting? I just need one. I don't really troop build, so just one figure is fine. I just need one of my favorites and I'll be okay with it. Is the Desert Scorpion a troop builder? Based on what I've seen from the Deke series, like the trailer or the commercials of the Deke series, apparently Desert Scorpion is a troop builder. I guess you don't have to, but he pretty much is. So but yeah, so otherwise Pythona will be available later in the fall, and yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. So with that being said, I do not know if they're gonna announce anything tomorrow. Maybe I'll go streaming tomorrow. If not, then I'll definitely be streaming again later in the week or Sunday, I don't know. But if they have a slow day tomorrow, then I won't stream. But if they have something very spectacular of a reveal, then you bet your ass I'll go live again. And because we're gonna be on day 3 of Classified, so let's see if something intense comes out of this. So with that being said, thank you guys for spending the 2.5 hours with me. I cannot thank you enough for all the amazing support, all the amazing conversations in the chat, and all the people who liked the video that got me to 109 likes. So thank you guys, thank you guys, thank you guys so much for all the support of this entire channel. I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody taking the time to be here on this Friday night, and thank you for letting me ramble for 2.5 hours. I know it's not the easiest thing in the world to hear me ramble on and on, but thank you guys, man. I really do appreciate it. It really does mean a lot to me. So, and thank you to 49er Brian, 19 Jace, and damn it, who was the other guy? Hold on. And Tagworm for the channel donations. I appreciate it, man. Thank you guys, all 3 of you, so much for donating for tonight's stream. I'm dedicating Desert Scorpion to you. So thank you guys. I will see you probably in tomorrow's live stream, if not the day after, if not then somewhere in the week, but we'll see. I'm pretty sure I'll stream again soon. So thank you guys once again. Have a blessed weekend. If I see you tomorrow, I will. If not, we'll see. But thank you guys so much for spending these 2.5 hours with me. I really do appreciate that. For all those that have watched and we're not in the chat, you guys are just as equally important. So thank you guys. Have a great night, and let's enjoy day 3 for San Diego Comic-Con, which will start in about 2 hours here in the East Coast. So pretty excited. Hopefully we get something new to reveal. Otherwise, stay tuned. Thank you for watching SharkNewZ, and I'll see you guys all in the next live stream.